We'll be back soon.
3rd of September, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
Let's see where we're holding over here. Okay, so we okay, so we discussed the case of Shmuel, and now the Gemara has a case with Rav Kahana. This can be found. Rav Kahana is about the middle of the page here. Rav Kahana is actually, let's see, Rav Kahana Zavin. Yeah, this is the first wide line. It's the first wide line on Kuf Yud Gimel Amud Beis, 113b. First wide line on the page, right in the middle of the line. Starts off Rav Kahana Zavan. Rav Kahana Zavan Mikusi. Everybody got the place?
Still looking for it. What page? Someone give me a page number?
What page number is it on?
You're on 113b4, but I'm not quite sure which one. Rav Kahana Zavan Mituti Meya the Esrim
Yeah,
Chaviva.
Meya Esrim Chavisa, yeah, right.
Okay, so basically, that's in the middle of the paragraph for Art Scroll. So it's easier to start at Kiha de Shmuel Zavan, which is at the 113b4 on the top, right at the beginning, on the left. That's easier.
Kiha de Shmuel?
Yeah, so it's almost the same thing. It's the beginning of that paragraph. Kiha de Shmuel. It's Kiha de Shmuel is just the next to last narrow line. Kiha de Shmuel, just a couple lines before that.
Oh, okay. Okay, fine. Yeah, okay. This is the case that we discussed the other day, whether he's adding or he's subtracting from the agreed upon price.
Right. So it's only a couple lines here.
Okay. Okay. So so you're saying that'll be easier to find it.
If that's the beginning of the page. That's right. The beginning of the page at 113b4 on the top left. The other's in the middle of a paragraph.
Okay. So 113b4 on the beginning of the left column?
Yeah, the left column, right, the beginning of the page, left column. The Gemora records.
Okay.
Gemora records 2 incidents.
Okay, Alan, you want to start?
Gemora records 2 incidents that illustrate this ruling. Key or the Shem before Zebain as in the instance where Shmuel bought a gold bowl from a Kuthian instead of a copper one for 4 zuz, and Shmuel inserted 1 extra zuz into the payment. Kahino, is a 4 for say, I bought 120 barrels from Kuthian for a price of 100. and inserted one extra zuz into the payment. Romale, Kaze, the Wach, Kor, Muchnor, he said to the Kuthian, see that I am relying on you. Gemora records another incident. Rabinor, Zakor, the Kor, the Iklor, who see he bought a palm tree for the purpose of cutting it up and sharing the segments. Omale l'sham moed. Rabbeinu said to his attendant, "Kadem ba'ayite ma'akoro. Go first and take my share of the pieces from the bottom of the tree. See, nor your day, where the Kuthiim considers only the number,
Okay.
Yeah, I guess that's a number of pieces, right?
Yeah, there's the case of Shmuel, and the story with Rav Kahana, and another third story with Ravina. Okay, so we have some Rashi over here to read.
Let's see which one we're up to with the Rashi.
Oh, so where's the Rashi on this? Lakona de Dahava Bamar de Parzala. That's
Yeah, that's the first part with the gold. He gave him gold, and he thought it was copper. Yeah, we did that. Mazrek Shel Zahav. That's the bowl, the golden bowl. With the chazaka that it was really copper. And then he swallows up the zuz. Within it is an extra zuz. The od ha'od. This is another mistake. She'ikav ze medam, because he holds back from his value the ha'tahu, and he made an error, the cheshbon in the calculations. Shalakach gimel b'kom 4, that he took 3 instead of 4. And I'm not sure if this Omar is part of it. And he said, Rav Kahana said to the Kuti, Hazi, it appears that on you, smicha, I rely upon you. Einu moed, you don't count it. Today, lahotzi, about min ha-chesed.
Min hachashad.
From the concern. Hashad is concern.
Suspicion.
Yeah. There's another version, Kuti, on the Kuti, he said, the Rav Kahana, Haze, the Elech, it's on you, Smicha, you're to rely, Zu, Shemati, I heard.
Wow. That's interesting. Zu Shemati, Rashi says, that's the one that I heard. Okay. So the case of Shmuel we already spoke about with the Parzala, the bronze, and the Dahava, the gold. So now we're going to go to Rav Kahana, and we just read this what Rashi said over here about Rav Kahana. And the main point over here is that he acquired from this non-Jew, really it was 120 barrels of whatever was inside, not told. And B'meya, meaning that I guess the price that he paid was the price that was the price for purchasing 100 of them, but he really acquired 120 of them. And then it says avule chad zuze. So then we got this zuz again. Whether that means to subtract it, whether it means to add it, that we got into the other day. But the main point over here that we see different from Rav Kahana is that the Gemora says, and he said to him that you see that I'm relying on you. And Rashi brings two different pshatim in what that is. Who was it that said to who? Was it Rav Kahana that said to the seller, you see that I'm relying on you, I'm putting it on you. You're the one who's got the responsibility to count all these barrels and check to make sure that you're giving me the correct amount. And so, in other words, if you give me more than what I'm paying for, then that's that's the you gotta check. And Rashi says that was the reason that Rav Kahana said that was to remove himself from chashad, to remove himself from suspicion. And so to say, I don't know exactly how many barrels are over here, but I'm, you're the one that's selling it. You're the one that's charging me the money. So I'm relying on you I'm giving you money for 100 of them, and I'm relying on you to tell me that in fact there's that many, and I'm relying on you. So like that, that's the way Rav Kahana conducted himself with this non-Jew. Would you have done the same thing with a Jew? I don't know. In other words, with a Jew, what would he have to do? When he comes home and sees that he's got 120, he'd have to return the other 20. Because he's got 20 over there that don't belong to him. So he wouldn't be able to do that with a. I'm assuming this that what the Gemora says over here is that's the deal. It's a done deal. Obviously, at some point, or maybe never. I don't know. I mean, Rav Kahana, he just like he didn't count them at the time of the sale, he also didn't ever count them afterwards either. He's got better things to do than to stand around counting barrels. The seller, that's his business. That's his livelihood. That he's the expert over here, and so he put the responsibility on the seller. But what's interesting is Rashi brings a second pshat, a lishnach rina, and Rashi says over there in that case, it was the seller who said to Rav Kahana, Chazed Allah kam samichna. You see that I'm relying on you, Rav Kahana. I'm relying on you. That's a very strange thing. Do you know a seller like that? A seller, a guy's in business, he doesn't know how much he's selling. And he tells to the guy that he's buying from, hey, listen, you count I can't be bothered to count all these barrels over here. I'm relying on you. So in other words, in that case, according to, and Rashi says, Zu Shamati, as though to say, Rashi's saying this one, I I hold that this is a valid pshat over here. That Rav Kahana is not guilty of any wrongdoing over here. He's not the one who tricked the goy. The goy. In other words, in this case, it's going to come out. You may not like this result over here. If I don't know if Rav, like we said yesterday, I don't know if Rav Kahana actually ever counted the barrels, but the seller told him, "I'm relying on you." So if the Gemora seems to imply that Rav Kahana does not have to go and count them all and find out that if in fact he got 120 instead of the 100 that he paid for, then he'd have to return them to the non-Jew. It doesn't say that. The implication is that even like that he would not have to return the extra 20 barrels, even though he did not really put the responsibility on the seller. On the contrary, the seller put the responsibility on him. But I don't know what the pshat is over there. Maybe the seller is not allowed to put the responsibility on the buyer like that. He's the one who's selling them. That's his. He can't say to the seller, "Oh, I'm relying on you." But what we see over here though is that even if that would be true, that there's no such thing as the seller saying that. But you see that in that case, what comes out is that Rav Kahana did not have to say to the seller, "You see that I'm relying on you," to remove himself from suspicion. Because that's the advantage of the first pshat. Rav Kahana is saying to the seller, "I'm relying on you. I don't know how many there are. I'm not taking responsibility. I'm putting the responsibility on you." And he said that to remove himself from suspicion, says Rashi. Okay. Next case. Ravina, he bought a dikla. He bought a dekel, a palm tree, date tree. Huvakusi. So together as a partner, in partnership with a non-Jew. So there's Rav Kahana and there's a non-Jew that own this tree. Letzalcha. What does Letzalcha mean? Rashi. We got a Rashi over here. Letzalcha.
He did it. Okay, so he bought the dictate tree for tzalcha. Okay, now let's see what the Rashi says what the tzalcha is. The baka, that's to cut it up.
Yeah, to cut it. To chop it up for firewood. That's a funny thing to do with a fruit bearing tree, unless perhaps maybe it's not bearing any fruit anymore. But in any case, okay, that's what it means. So what happened again? Amrle l'shameh. Ravina said to his attendant, "Kedam va'isi mikaro."
Okay, take it from the base of the tree, the roots, the hard part. So that's where you're getting it. So it's not from the fruit part; it's from the hard part. Mikro, paskit shel sad, ikar, sakit of the sad.
Paskit shel sad ha'ikar.
The ikar.
Kach.
Take it for your needs.
Sarche.
Because it's thick.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like you're talking about the lula. You're not taking the fruit part. You're taking the branches part, the root part, and that should be good for firewood. That part.
So what was the reason that he told them that?
They're better. The bottom ones are better.
The bottom is better for firewood, definitely, as you said.
Oh, I mean because they're okay. Avim, they're thick.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you mean like the wood at the tree at the base is thicker than when you get higher up.
That's
And
what
it's better
it says according to Rashi.
better wood. Okay. So he told him to take the better he got the better of the deal, seemingly. So what did he do that for? Dekusi minyana yoda. Rashi? Do you want to do a Rashi?
Sure. Where are we?
Minyana yoda. It's like
it's right near the end of the last Torah or.
And what's
like in the middle
skill?
The last word starts, and the last word on the line is the kusi, minya ada. The kusi, the number he knows.
Minyan ha paskim mana aval lo nasan inin kama takim yesh ukama gasim yesh. So let's see, the count of the I don't know what paskim is.
the cut ones, the cut pieces of wood.
The cut ones, and the count it was a mana, is 100. But
Manra's account.
Minyan hapsakim. He's keeping account of the amount of the number of the cut pieces of wood.
Aval lo nasan enav kama dakim, but he doesn't give enav is his eyes.
Yeah,
he's not turning his eyes to. He's not really looking at the amount of how much they're in.
Sure, how many dakim yesh? What's dakim? Pieces?
Thin one. The small thin ones. Thin's a duck.
How many thin ones there are? Ukama gasim yesh, and how many thick ones there are?
He just has a total number, but isn't what's thick and what's thin.
So it's what's known is how many pieces, but not the quality of each piece.
Yeah. So why is the Gemora relating us this story? What's to be learned over here? Is there some is there some question about whether Ravina would be able to say this to the guy?
Well, it says in the Gemora, Dukusi minyana yada, that the kusi only considers the number. So to me, that says that Ravina is cheating him because he's taking advantage of his ignorance. the Kusi is going to say, okay, there was 87 pieces or 86 pieces, so give me 40.
Oh, I see. He said, okay, I got it. I made a mistake. In other words, Ravina's not saying it to his partner. He's saying it to his attendant. Take the thick ones.
Take the thick ones for us.
Yeah, for us. Yeah.
He's going to get the inferior pieces because the Kuti's not paying attention to the specifics of the quality of each piece. So he's taking unfair advantage of that ignorance.
Well, let's try to put it in a frame which is a little bit more favorable to Ravina, and so we can understand the halacha, because he's doing something that's mutter over here. The Kusi doesn't care. What does it mean he doesn't put his eyes on it? If it was something that mattered to him, right? If it was something that mattered to him, he would put his eyes on it. What's he putting his eyes on? I want to make sure I got that I don't get cheated over here. I want to get the same number of pieces of firewood that Ravina gets. So that he was paying attention to, because that was important to him. But the size, the actual thickness of the wood, that was not of any concern of his.
Well,
if it would have been of concern of his, he would have paid attention to that as well.
The footnote says different.
Yeah, what's the footnote say?
Footnote says each party may assume the other is not particular about their size.
Right. Exactly what I said, no?
No, you said that the Kuthi's not particular, but Ravina is particular.
Well, isn't that why he told his attendant to take the thick ones?
Because he's particular, right?
Yes.
What he should have done is he should have said to the attendant, go take half of them.
He's not required to do that. That's the point of the story. The point of the story is that is exactly the point of the story. That if the Kusi is basically communicating, he says, I don't care whether they're thick ones, whether they're thin ones, it makes no difference to me. Oh, if that's so then I'll take the ones that I want. The only thing that matters to you is how many there are. Okay, so I'll take these ones over here if you don't mind. Right? He said it I would assume he said it in the presence of the guy also.
Oh, I would assume the opposite. He said
okay, I don't have a proof that he said it dafka in front of the guy so the guy could hear. I don't have a proof of that. But I think that that's what the Art Scroll is saying, what I'm saying as well. That the Gemora's point is that what the Kusi was concerned about was the number. He wasn't concerned about anything else. So that's not regarded as he's taking advantage of him.
We know that the Kusi only considers their number because Ravina said it. He said, go first, take my share of the pieces from the bottom of the tree, for the Kuthian considers only their number. So it's obvious that he believes himself to be doing okay. He's not infringing anything.
Yeah, Ravina knew this. It could be that that's part of what he said to his attendants, even.
Seems that from here, it seems to be part of the instruction. because it continues on each after the word tree. There's a comma, and the sentence continues on. For the Kusian considers only their number. He's giving a reason to the attendant. Doesn't mean the attendant couldn't tell the Kusian as well, anyway.
Yeah, so now we hear the Chiddush of what's been going on over here. This is, in other words, he's not required to mention to the Kusi, listen, do you mind if I take, the ones from the trunk? He doesn't need to say that to the Kusi. We don't have a proof that the Kusi was hearing what he was saying, what Ravina was saying to the attendant.
True.
Yeah, we don't even know whether he was even there. Sounds like he was there. Okay. Hmm. Now, I would point out as follows: this word that Ravina said to the Shamish, he said kadam. Kadam over here means that hurry up and go before the Kusi goes over there. I think that's what it means. And take from the trunk.
Yeah, the English says go first.
Yeah. So now, if the Kusi is paying attention, even if he's coming later, and he sees all the what there is to take now, I mean, it would seem reasonable that if he was a perceptive person, he could say, "Oh, all of these look like they were taken from higher up, and there's none from the trunk over here." And he would realize that right away. That he got there's no only that's left over here is dakim and not avim, thin ones and not thick ones. Now the story doesn't. In other words, if the story would have been that having seen that, he now goes over to Ravina and demands his share of the thick ones because he's makpid on them, then of course Ravina would be happy to give them to him. What I'm just saying is that it's not Ravina, it would be giving the Kusi the right to demand his fair share of the avim if it mattered to him, because it's something that he would be able to detect. It's not something that Ravina's pulling the wool over his eyes and he doesn't know that he's really only getting thin ones. he knows what a deckle tree is. He knows that it's got a trunk, and he knows that the wood over there is thicker than it is higher up. So, you know, he's really got the opportunity to confront Ravina with that if he wants, if it interests him. In any case. There's nothing Ravina's doing to cover up what he did, in other words. Even though he did tell him, go ahead before him. Okay. I think that. Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
Take care.
Everybody have a great day, a good week. Shvua Tov.
Thank you.
Bruce Tovos.
I'm going away for the rest of the week, so I'll see you next Sunday. And
Oh, wow.
Phil,
Good for you, Bill.
are you going to submit an article or no time?
I'll submit the article before I leave.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that very
Lou,
much.
we'll see you at 4, right?
Morning,
Yes,
but
same
I'll
time.
submit the article for this week.
Same
Do you know
time,
how-
Lou?
Yes.
Do you know if how long the article is
Okay,
going to
good.
go with the Rosh Hashanah? Is there going to be a break after that between Sukkot, Yom Kippur? What's the story? I don't know.
No, we're here at Sarasi Tshuva between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, regular days. Yeah,
What
just
was-
Right, so-
after Yom Kippur. That's you know, it's
Right,
getting ready
but-
for. Got to put up the sukkah. You
I
gotta
don't know when
buy
you're
your
doing the
dalamini.
newsletter.
Got to
I
get
know
ready
you're
for
doing
Yom Tov.
That's what I have to figure out. Okay.
Travels, everybody,
Okay,
Okay.
and happy
all the best.
day, Phil. Happy holiday.
Bye, Phil. Have a good trip.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Good trip.